we've already got a great one to start us off with, and that's Roshi versus Jiraiya. Um, I like both of these characters. Master Roshi, I didn't used to like him all that much, but then the Tournament of Power happened, and bro was on fire. Like, dude was. Oh, hold on a sec here. I'll fucking show you. Roshi, Tournament of Power.
Lily's Catering has a lot on their plate, but with Intuit QuickBooks, AI agents take stuff off it.
Contract's done, chef. Oh, and new leads discovered.
That's her secret sauce.
So good.
Outdo it with Intuit QuickBooks.
I can imagine you must have been a pretty decent fighter in your time. But unfortunately for you, that time has come and gone.
The speech, man. Gave me new respect.
Still trying to get back up?
Gave me new respect for this old man.
Stop embarrassing yourself. Just accept your limitations and ease gracefully into retirement. My limitations can go straight
to hell.
No, don't do it, Master Roshi! Yeah, don't push too hard!
Shut up.
Goku, Krillin, you're the ones who showed this old fossil he still had something left to give. That it was too soon to let the limits of age sentence him to sit idly by on the sidelines.
Damn right.
You boys who were never content to stop, who kept aiming for and climbing greater and greater heights, want me to take it easy?
No, you don't!
Think that's gonna stop him?
Just go down already! Now listen to me, boys! Always remember these words. Work hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty. That is the Turtle Hermit way.
Damn right.
We must master the art of peace in addition to the art of war.
Shut up and fight!
The Turtle Hermit School will be with you. Always.
Damn right.
This will be my greatest, most powerful power.
Fuck you, Birdman.
Oh, come on, Ganos, not you too!
I knew you could do it, you old coot.
Hell yeah.
That's no old coot. That's Master Roshi.
And after that, I was 100% back on board with him. I mean, that was... You know what I mean? Like, I love moments like that. Which is, I'm getting to the next part, which is why I love Jiraiya so much. As well, is because he had that epic fight against Pain. I can't show that because that is way too long. It's like a whole episode. But, it was insane. Dude fought for his life, powered through pain. I can't even imagine. Just to send a message to Naruto. To make sure that everyone in the Hidden Leaf knew what was going on. Even though, spoilers, it cost him his life. That being said, though, I think I'm going to go with Roshi. Just because that moment in the Tournament of Power, I won't say it's more badass than Jiraiya. They're on equal footing. They're both great. It's the fact that he was able to keep up with people who participated in the Tournament of Power. Whereas Jiraiya ended up losing to Pain. Which, yeah, he's strong. But there are definitely stronger ninjas out there. I'm not saying that Roshi fought, the best of the best, but the stuff he did in the anime and in the manga, I know the manga is like not canon, it's the anime that's canon, I believe, and not the manga this time around. But in the manga, he was like doing some pseudo Ultra Instinct stuff against Master Jiraiya, or not. God, the fucking death battle, man, it's getting me all confused. Against fucking Jiren. That's why I got confused. Jiren. So he's pretty impressive, even if that isn't canon. They don't count that. So yeah, my vote's going to Master Roshi here. Gotta stick with Dragon Ball. It was the first anime I ever watched. Well, maybe. I might have watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon beforehand, but Dragon Ball was definitely one of the first animes I watched. And actually, it might have been the first anime I watched all the way through. I've seen all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime and all of the original Pokemon Indigo League anime. But I'm pretty sure I watched those after I watched Dragon Ball all the way through. So, yeah, that's my vote. Either way, it should be a great battle, and I'm not going to be upset no matter who wins. I just hope that these two old fossils give it all they got.
The finest warriors are never developed on their own. While some are simply molded by their enemies, the best usually seek the wisdom of a master.
Who, for some reason, is a weird old pervert, like Roshi, turtle hermit and teacher to Dragon Ball's greatest hero.
And Jiraiya, the Toad Sage and instructor to the most famous ninja of all.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Goku is, without a doubt, one of the greatest martial arts champions of all time.
Well, yeah, he's good enough to rival gods, become a Super Saiyan, and even master Ultra Instinct.
But he never would have achieved any of it without the guidance of Master Roshi.
A martial artist who's so powerful, there's only one thing in the world that can stop him.
Well,
two things, really, if you get what I mean.
Yesterday I saw a lady chose Ginger in a squad to her Galahad. I mean, they both can carry a party, but in the late...
I know your game,
old man. I don't.
Anyway, when he was a hip youngin', Roshi studied under the...
So many good lines and shit from this. Alright, 5'5", 97 pounds, 354 years old, also known as the Turtle Hermit or Jackie Chun. For those of you who haven't seen the original Dragon Ball fucking anime, God, so many people watch Dragon Ball Z and just think that's the beginning of Goku's story. No, it's not. See this shit? This is the beginning of Goku's story when he's a little kid, motherfucker. Anyway, he's trained by Motito and Korin. Enjoys pizza, video games, and aerobic exercise videos. Fucking Roshi, man. There's literal porn and he's doing that, getting that shit. Didn't know about the pizza or video games, though. Dude's pretty cool for an old man. And his notable students are, of course, Krillin, the Ox King, Grandpa Gohan, and the main protagonist himself, Son Goku.
Legendary Master Potato.
Mutaito.
And a kitty cat. These masters of ass whooping taught Roshi how to weaponize his own life energy, or ki.
Similar to many real-life Chinese martial arts, ki is a vital energy all living beings possess. The stronger and more focused you are, the greater your ki becomes.
Roshi can use his ki to increase his power, pushing past his physical limits with a bunch of awesome techniques. He can fire explosive shots, go buff mode, stun foes with Thunder Shock Surprise, and even seal dangerous enemies away with the evil containment wave.
It wasn't long until Roshi refined these techniques.
If he lands the evil containment wave. If he misses, it just kills him. Still pretty useful.
And created his own martial arts style, Turtle School.
Creepy old man turtle school, creepy old man turtle school. Roshi and a half shell, he's a turtle, man. No, it's not about beating people up as slow as you can like I first thought. Turtle School, or
Yeah,
Kame
keep going,
style,
man.
includes everything from tricky pressure point combat to a phony drunken style, which, if you ask me, is just a missed opportunity to get wasted.
By delivering milk up
Key sensing and blasting, hypnosis, pressure points, drunken fist, thundershock surprise, evil containment wave, the Kamehameha, and of course his max power form.
a mountain, plowing a field with bare hands, working construction with simple tools, and being chased by both sharks and bees, all while wearing a 50-pound shell, Roshi's martial art focuses on breaking the wall of humanity in every way. Except for one.
Yeah, dude can't fly.
そういえばわし飛べませんでした。
Despite most of his students learning it at some point, flight is actually a technique developed by his rivals, the Crane School.
Yeah.
Apparently, Roshi's just been a bit too stubborn to properly learn the skill, even after centuries of experience.
How long has he been doing this?
Well, it's a little vague, but thanks to either a pet phoenix he accidentally
Roshi has also claimed he's drunk from the fountain of youth. This may, of course, be a metaphor, or perhaps he has accomplished 3 different methods of immortality. Either way, he does not seem to age at all. Yeah, bro, from the beginning of Dragon Ball to, like, wherever we currently are in Super, it's been like 40 years or something like that, if I remember the timeline right. It's been like around at minimum 40 years. And this dude has not aged at all. Hasn't gotten more wrinkles. Fucking beard hasn't grown. He hasn't gotten weaker. In fact, it seems like he's gotten stronger. Like, dude should be dead in the ground, but he's just fucking not.
Been doing this.
Well, it's a little vague, but thanks to either a pet phoenix he accidentally killed or the mysterious paradise herb, he's just shy of 360 years old.
Damn! I'm just impressed he can still get it up for the girls after all that time.
Boomstick, that's...
No, that's actually is impressive. Dude's over 300 years old, and he is still chasing tail. That is honestly actually impressive. Good on you, man. I mean, you never actually succeed, but good on you.
Well, I mean, yes, I guess medically speaking it is quite impressive.
Where can I get me some of this paradise grass? I want to be chasing tail for centuries.
Hell
Good
yeah.
luck with that. But with all of those years spent honing his talents, Roshi dedicated 50 of them to developing one revolutionary technique.
Kamehameha!
Every kid, every single kid, when even if they didn't watch the original Dragon Ball and only watched Dragon Ball Z, they have all tried this. We've all tried to go Super Saiyan. We've all tried to fire a Kamehameha. Tell me and my friends used to do it so much that we used to joke, like, imagine just one day we actually somehow figured it out. We got Key to work, we just fired off a beam. We always were pointing that shit right at our TV, bro. We would destroy the thing we loved most just to figure this thing out. Yeah. I paused for another reason. Oh, right. 50 years. Took him 50 years to figure out how to, he invented this. Took him 50 years to figure out how to fire his ki in one destructive beam forward. Then a little kid comes along, sees you do it once, and masters and does the exact same thing in 5 seconds. I mean, yeah, it's not as impressive as yours, but the fact that he was able to fire it off at all is like, what the fuck? And then, from that point on, in less time than it took you to develop the technique, he develops more and more powerful versions, as well as, like, a ball version, and a fucking bendy version, and your one other student invents a fucking scattershot version. Bro, you got upstaged so bad.
Anyway.
Ah! Gotcha!
Sorry. I was responding to a text.
Way.
Ah! Gotcha!
Anyway, to be honest, devastating is an understatement.
Well, yeah, he blew up.
It took Roshi 50 years to perfect the Kamehameha, while Goku learned it in a single day. This implies Roshi is not as naturally gifted in key manipulation as others, or more so relies on his creativity and ingenuity. I don't know about this. I mean, I can agree with it a little bit, because not like Krillin and Yamcha were able to use it too. Like, they were able to figure it out Krillin pretty much figured it out on the fly in the middle of a fucking fight against Chaozu. But you shouldn't compare him to Goku. Goku is a Saiyan, and they seem to have this weird ability, or I'm not sure if it's an ability or not, but they can see a technique once, and then they can pretty much use that technique. They still have to practice to master it. Like, when Goku fired off his first Kamehameha, it barely destroyed, like, the back end of a car. But the fact that he was able to use it is impressive. So, like, it seems to just be a Saiyan thing. Whereas Krillin, like I said, he was I guess he was just strong enough to figure it out. You know, like I said, that's why I'll agree with it a little bit, because Krillin figured it out in the middle of a match without practicing. Wasn't very strong, but it was good enough. Whereas, it took Master Roshi, like, it says 50 years to perfect it. Like, that doesn't mean that he couldn't do something like what Goku did on his first time trying, where he fired off a little burst, or something like what Krillin did, where it's literally like a puff of energy that barely left the palm of his hands. It could have just took him 50 years to master how it works and perfect the beam.
A whole freaking mountain with it!
This peak was inspired by the real-life flaming mountains in China, standing up to 2,600 feet tall. With this in mind, we can find that to pulverize such a mountain, Roshi's Kamehameha must equal nearly 4 gigatons of TNT.
But that's small stuff compared to the time he obliterated the entire moon!
Yeah, like I said, people who have not seen the original Dragon Ball, like, everyone thinks it was Piccolo who destroyed the moon. And yes, he did. But he wasn't the first one. Goku, just like all Saiyans, used to turn a grade 8. Except he couldn't control his, because he was a little kid, and didn't have any Saiyan memories. So when he looked at the moon, he would turn into an uncontrollable monster. He did this during a fight with Master Roshi. Master Roshi decided, well, only one thing to do, because he didn't know about cutting off the tail. He blew up the fucking moon. Then Goku got older, and he was never told that he becomes a giant monster because of the moon. But he was told by Kami that, if you got rid of your tail, the moon could be wished back. So he got rid of his tail, and he wished the moon back with Dragon Balls. And then, it got destroyed again after that by Piccolo, because the same sort of thing happened to Gohan. He sees the moon, turns into a monster, but he doesn't have any control over it because he's a little kid, and Goku didn't know about it, so he never trained him to control it. And, he turned into a giant monkey, and then Piccolo blew up the moon because he didn't know about the cutting off tail thing, though he does remove the tail afterwards.
In about 5 seconds? That's gotta be worth, what, like 10, 20 mountains? Whiz, how many mountains make a moon?
Well, more like 35 billion.
First glance, Roshi's moon bust seems like an outlier compared to his other feats. However, if you scale to other characters around him, it's perfectly reasonable.
To obliterate the moon in its entirety, the Kamehameha must
Either way, that was like it used all of his energy. Like he was down to nothing after that. Like they had to settle it with just fisticuffs because he had no more ki. So it takes it. He can destroy the moon, but it takes like all of his energy to do it.
Struck it with a force akin to 3 octillion tons of TNT.
At least in the original Dragon Ball, like I said, he seems to get stronger over the years. The fact that he's able to keep up in the Tournament of Power and that blast knocked that guy off the arena proves that.
That's 27 zeros, by the way. Holy shit, Roshi's also super fast. He can fight an entire battle in a blink of an eye.
Which
Yeah.
might seem crazy, but Roshi is also able to snatch bullets out of the air that are fired at him from point-blank range.
That gun looks like a British Sten, which can fire up to 600 rounds per minute at a muzzle velocity of nearly 1,200 feet per second.
That means Roshi would have to react to the first bullet within 5 milliseconds. Additionally, each consecutive bullet would reach him just shy of 17 milliseconds apart. The maximum distance between any given shot looks to be about 3 feet, which means he would have to be moving at 180 feet per second in order to catch them all.
Oh, if my hands could move that fast, I'd finally stop getting married.
Whoa, boomstick.
This speed is far from his limit, but Roshi's true talent is ensuring his students grow further and further than himself every day.
Destroyed destroyed Fire Mountain, created the Kamehameha, caught a full clip of machine gun fire, obliterated the moon, withstood base Goku's Kamehameha, helped fend off Frieza's army, won the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament as Jackie Chung, and has defeated Tien, Kawaii, Dekori, and Ganos.
Sadly, Roshi's frailty of age means his body can't always express just how powerful he really is.
And using too much ki energy can cause all sorts of problems, like when his master Pistachio died using the Evo containment wave.
But while Roshi's pupils may surpass him, he remains one of the smartest fighters on Earth.
He's tough enough to take down dozens of Frieza's soldiers and survived a beatdown from an alternate universe wannabe Frieza. He even took a barrage of death rays like a champ, the same move that killed Vegeta many, many years ago.
And in the Dragon Ball Super manga, Roshi
Yeah, let's see, this is what I was saying. The Super manga is different continuity than the Super anime, which is the canon sequel to the Dragon Ball manga. Using this would violate the 4th rule of Death Battle. Rules are listed at the end of the episode. The episode is that, or the rule is, something along the lines of only the prime source material will be considered. All non-canon material will be like discarded unless the non-canon material is supported by the prime material. So like if in the Super manga, for like what they're saying here, he uses Ultra Instinct sort of, but in the anime he never does that. You know, if he was capable of doing that, why didn't he use it against some of his Tournament of Power people? He just, you know, it's not something he can do.
Move that killed Vegeta many, many years ago.
And in the Dragon Ball Super manga, Roshi is shown to be so collected in battle, his movements sort of emulate those of Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, that's not technically canon, but it does go to show how far Roshi's training can take him.
And it's safe to say that this old, perverted, but genius of a man will never stop training.
Fucking love that.
When Professor's here with me.
Skip.
Among the ninja of the Hidden Leaf Village, few are quite as impressive as Naruto Uzumaki.
Yeah, I know that's crazy, cause, you know, but not just anyone can fight aliens on the moon and become president of Hidden Valley Ranch.
Naruto would become the Hidden Leaf's greatest champion and 7th Hokage.
So
But this
stupid.
would never have been possible without his training under the dynamic Toad Sage and legendary Sannin, Jiraiya the Gallant.
Gallant, huh? Hey, Wiz, why do the most badass old dudes always turn out to be weird pervs?
Well, don't let his crude demeanor fool you.
Oh, don't worry about me, Wiz. This ain't my first trip to Secret Leaf Ninja Town. Nothing surprises me anymore. What the f***?
Bro! This is my first rodeo. Oh, what the fuck? Oh god, that's a great picture of Boomstick too, though. Goddamn.
Ninja Town, nothing surprises me anymore. What the Anyway, Jiraiya originally learned the shinobi way from the third Hokage, who taught him how to use his chakra.
6'3", 193 pounds, 54 years old. Also known as the Toad Sage and Pervy Sage. Trained by Hirozen Sarutobi and Fukusaku. Enjoys alcohol, writing, and women. And his notable students include Nagato, Minato, which is Naruto's dad, for those of you who do not know. And of course, the legendary fucking container, I guess, for the fucking nine-tailed fox, Naruto.
To do ninja magic.
Similar to ki, chakra is a form of life energy. In Hindu and Buddhist theologies, chakras are, in simplistic terms, gates within the human body, which can be embraced to achieve enlightenment. However, in the world of Naruto, chakra is used to perform amazing ninja techniques called jutsus.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Like most ninja, Jiraiya learned about 4 types of jutsus. Taijutsu, or hand-to-hand combat, ninjutsu, harnessing chakra as elemental weapons and tools, genjutsu, which covers illusion and mental manipulation, and senjutsu, a method of utilizing naturally occurring...
Okay, see, that's where I'm gonna stop you. He said, like most ninja, right?
Thank you. Like most ninja, Jiraiya learned about 4 types of jutsu.
No, most ninja learn about 3 types of jutsu. Taijutsu, hand-to-hand combat. Ninjutsu, which are the crazy shit they do with chakra. And genjutsu, which are illusions you perform using your chakra. Only a few rare people learn about senjutsu, because that's what allows Naruto and Jiraiya to go into their sage modes. Not everyone is capable of doing sage modes or using senjutsu, if I remember right. It's a special thing.
Taijutsu, or hand-to-hand combat, ninjutsu, and senjutsu, a method of utilizing naturally occurring energy as an extension of one's self.
Jiraiya mastered as many styles as he could, and even learned one of the greatest ninjutsu attacks out there, the Rasengan. With this...
Yep, invented by Naruto's dad. The Rasengan, also capable of being the Big Ball Rasengan or the spiraling serial spears. He knows fire style jutsus, including the fire release dragon fire technique and the fire release flame bullet technique. He knows frog kata, the substitution jutsu, the transformation jutsu, and the shadow clone technique.
He gathers his chakra into a spinning orb of death modeled off the ultra-destructive tailed beast bomb. And that thing can wipe out a whole village all at once. And on the weird side, he can sharpen his twisted sister, mate.
Hair Needle Senbon, Needle Hell, Wild Lion's Mane technique, and Needle Jizo. Earth Release, Swamp of the Underworld, Barrier Canopy Method Formation, and Turn into a Frog technique.
Into a shield like a porcupine and fire the hairs out like a needle gun.
Possessing a keen and mischievous mind, Jiraiya spent plenty of time developing brand new techniques, such as the invisibility jutsu, which you'd think would be perfect for stealth or assassination missions, but he actually developed it specifically for...
Research.
Where else is a self-respecting writer supposed to get his, inspiration from?
Clearly, Jiraiya sometimes took his tinkering a bit too far. On one such occasion, he accidentally teleported himself to a mystical land full of giant talking toads.
Is you sure jutsu isn't just like another name for crack?
After befriending the toads, Jiraiya trained under the sage Fukusaku,
where he learned a bunch of fire release techniques, like the toad oil bullet and flame bullet attacks. Now that's one impressive loogie.
Jiraiya entered a pact with the toads, learning their ways and summoning them to the field of battle, as his own talents relied on trickery over...
His summons, he's got Gamabunta, Gamaken, Fukasaku, and Shima. Other Mount Mabuko toads. I probably butchered that. I suck at Japanese stuff. Don't fucking judge me. Actually, do in the comments if you want. I don't care. Interact with the video. Summoning Crushing Toad Stomach, Summoning Toad Mouth Bind, and Summoning Toad Shop Technique.
For brute force, such as hiding in shadows and manipulating his opponent's movements, the powerful toads were perfect allies. He can trap his foe inside a toad's throat, transform them into toads for interrogation, or even call a gigantic amphibian warrior to his side.
Like the biggest grump you've ever seen. Gamabunta!
I am the wise
Hell
and
yeah.
powerful Lord Gamabunta, the Chief Toad, and you're an idiot! Now shut up!
Ha Bunta, you crud.
Yeah. While summoning can quickly drain chakra, Jiraiya has excellent chakra control and can always draw more energy to himself using Senjutsu.
The old toad.
And through Fukasaku's teachings, Jiraiya perfected the art of Senjutsu. Through their combined efforts, he entered a new mighty form called Sage Mode.
Well, it takes a long time to get into. Sage Mode Jiraiya can do all sorts of things he couldn't before.
Like the unpredictable martial art
Summons Fukasaku and Shima, Demonic Illusion, Toad Confrontation Chant, Fire Release Big Flame Bullet, Sage Art, Gomon, Ultra Big Ball Rasengan, and other Senjutsu techniques.
Frog Kata, and a deadly genjutsu, the demonic illusion Toad Confrontation Chant.
Which sounds weird, so why don't we just call it your jutsu? Cause if you get caught, your soul is trapped by these big guys who desperately want a high five, leaving your physical body totally open to a swift kill.
Fucking weird ass.
Sage Mode also enhances Jiraiya's other abilities, turning his normal Rasengan into the unstoppable Big Ball Rasengan, which, according to the official data books, is strong enough to carve away a mountain.
Wiz, he's way more than just a mountain smasher. Jiraiya is quick enough to fight some of the fastest ninja around, like Kakashi and Itachi, some of which are fast enough to intercept lightning.
The leader of a lightning bolt moves around 220,000 miles per hour, putting ninja like Jiraiya around speeds of Mach 280.
Knocked around Ashura's Path Giant Ox, 5 4-tailed Naruto and Hanzo, completed 138 S-rank missions and 614 A-rank missions, recovered perfectly from a snapped ribs, both arms being broken and several organs being ruptured, defeated Orochimaru, Itachi, Kisame, and 3 Paths of Pain, which, so impressive. Good on you, man. Right to the end, you gave it everything you had.
Now I get why ninja are so awesome. Who needs guns when you're more than 100 times faster than bullets?
While Jiraiya isn't exactly the strongest or fastest ninja around, he's certainly one of the most clever. Over time, he rose to become a...
Yeah, that's why he was named one of the legendary Sannin. Itachi Uchiha claimed that if he fought Jiraiya without backing down, that the both of them would die, even with allies at Itachi's back. Itachi is one of the deadliest ninjas to ever exist. That is true. He gave Sasuke a pretty good fight at the end there.
legendary ninja and hero of his people, hailed by the honorable title of Sannin.
And he's a gutsy one, like when he used his tricks to take out 3 of the 6 members of the emo rock band Pain, before they tore his arm off, crushed his throat, and impaled him 5 times.
But even while suffering excruciating
Yeah.
agony, Jiraiya proved strong enough to power through and send a vital message to his most promising pupil, paving the way for the next generation of heroes before being swept off his feet one last time.
You know, I guess he was a pretty gallant guy after all.
Goosebumps, man. That scene every time. Like, people who are fans of the show and didn't tear up a little bit at that scene, you're not a real fan. You didn't connect with the characters if you didn't tear up at least a little bit when you saw Jiraiya give it his all and die like that.
As you can see, you fail! Jiraiya the Toad Sage falls victim to no woman's charm. Rare beauties fall for me! When you reach the stature I have, the ladies worship at your awesomeness!
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, if you're as hungry as I am for this fight, you may be interested.
And Blue Apron. Da 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 da. Talky talky talk. Death Match.
Ooh, this store's really close by. I don't know why.
Who's this geezer?
Hey, fuzz for brains. Where are the pictures? It's just words in here.
Pictures?
Oh.
You fool! Words paint 1,000 beautiful pictures all by themselves!
Bro just started a fucking fight. Just like over a porno mag.
Geez, don't take it personally. Not like you wrote the damn thing.
But I did. Oh, smart.
The heck is this?
You're stuck now, Baldy.
Shouldn't have gone there.
Woo!
Bro. Hold on, just fully covered like, oh shit, I'm fucked. Oh, that poor code.
Shadow Clone Jutsu! Rasengan!
Nice.
Summoning Jutsu!
Jiraiya, you buffoon! What's this about?
Hey there! Can you buy me some time?
What? I'm not your servant. I'm the chief to...
Get off my lawn.
Water style, liquid bullet! He's a quick one.
Evil containment way.
Screw you pervert!
Who is he calling a pervert though? Roshi or Jiraiya? But like, damn, you just locked Gamabuta up in that shit, man.
Only a coward lets others do their fighting for them.
You
Oh.
have no idea. I've been back on the beach the whole time.
Oh, he played you.
I can clean your teeth, but what about the rest of your mouth?
Yes, we're toothbrushes, not mouth brushes.
Listerine works with brushing to reduce plaque and reaches your whole mouth to deliver 5 times more cleaning power.
Listerine. Wash your mouth.
Come on.
Great ideas can come from anywhere. With Wix.
You old fool. I can't believe you fell for that. Let's end this.
Oh,
What?
What the fuck?
Talk about a whole new way to win!
Jiraiya was certainly one of the most powerful warriors of his own world, but there's no question that Roshi's sheer might outclassed him.
One guy can break a mountain, the other can break a moon, so that was pretty obvious.
The speed comparison wasn't quite so clear-cut, though. While his unseen battle with Krillin was incredibly quick, Roshi's never personally shown speeds as fast as the lightning feats Jiraiya scaled to.
But he did hold his own in the Tournament of Power against Planet and Galaxy Busters. Also, in
Oh, that's so sad. Jesus. While Roshi regularly drains his own energy, Jiraiya can draw more from his surroundings with Senjutsu. However, the instability of Sage Mode and Roshi's enormous power make it unlikely that Jiraiya's chakra reserves could reliably surpass Roshi's ki reserves.
did hold his own in the Tournament of Power against Planet and Galaxy Busters. Also, in Goku's training right after Korin's, he actually had to dodge lightning. Roshi's own training didn't stop after chasing the kitty around, and neither did his kitty chasing. So, scaled to Goku's progress, it makes sense that he'd be able to match Jiraiya's speed, and probably even surpass it.
Still, it would be reasonable to believe Jiraiya could
Jiraiya has some moves which could possibly defeat Roshi instantly, such as his turning into a frog technique. However, these abilities are far and few between and require special circumstances and/or are too ill-defined to base an entire victory argument around them. Roshi's speed and cleverness could also counter many of these techniques.
use his tactical talent to outsmart and outlast Roshi.
Except Roshi's a smart fighter too. Not only does he have way more experience thanks to his super age, but he's got an eye for traps in sticky situations, like when he figured out the illusion powers of the talisman fighter Derkori.
And remember, it took only 15 seconds for Roshi's
Powers of the talisman fighter Derkori.
And remember, it took only 15 seconds for Roshi's Kamehameha to reach the moon. Given the moon's distance of over 200,000 miles from the surface of the Earth, this means the beam must have traveled.
Roshi has more at his disposal than just his muscles and energy blasts. His hypnosis, mind reading, and pressure points provide plenty of options to counter Jiraiya's own esoteric abilities.
Traveled over 57 million miles per hour, more than 260 times faster than lightning. There was no way Jiraiya could avoid Roshi's trademark move for very long.
Sure, Jiraiya might be a crafty ninja, but all that doesn't boil down to much more than tricks against someone like Roshi.
Roshi was simply faster, stronger, and had way more experience.
And that's why Jiraiya croaked when Roshi beat him to the punch.
The winner is Master Roshi.